Asterisk if you like dark devotion, protective men with dangerous edges, and heroines who sense something is wrong long before they can explain it. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Now, here's how I found out someone had been watching me sleep. Asterisk. I notice it because of the glass. The window over my bed has a tiny chip in the lower corner. A star-shaped crack I would definitely have seen before. I lean in, breath fogging the pain. That's when I see it. A smudge on the outside windowsill. A finger streak dragged through dust. Someone touched my window. On the third floor. A cold, tight feeling coils in my stomach. My apartment suddenly feels too small, too quiet, too open. I back away slowly. I don't call my landlord. I call the police. 10 minutes later, a uniform arrives. 10 minutes after that, he steps in. Detective Elias Kane. Tall, broad shoulders under a dark button-up. White, dark hair clipped short at the sides. Eyes a sharp steel blue that look like they see straight through excuses and into bones. He enters my bedroom and the air shifts. "I'm Detective Kane," he says, scanning the window, the chip, the fire escape outside. "And you're Nora Hayes." I nod, tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth. He studies the glass without touching it. Third floor. No balcony. Fire escape access. He turns toward me. The full weight of his gaze is unsettling. Focused, assessing, too intimate for a stranger. "You sleep right here?" "Yes," I whisper. "Anyone who'd want to get a look at you?" I bark a humorless laugh. "Is that the official wording?" "It's the honest one." "No," I say. I keep to myself. "Work, home, coffee shop." "That's it." "What about exes?" he asks. "Anyone who wouldn't take no?" My throat tightens. I flinch before I can hide it. Elias notices everything. "It's not a crime to pick the wrong man," he says quietly. "I need to know who wouldn't mind scaring you." He doesn't know where I live. I force the words out. "I moved. Changed everything." "Does he know your name?" "Yes." "That's enough," he murmurs. I sit on the edge of the bed. My hands won't stop twisting in my lap. "Is this serious?" I ask. "Maybe it was a kid or—" "A kid didn't climb a metal fire escape at night to put his hand on your window," he says. "And birds don't leave fingerprints." The room feels thinner. Smaller. He steps closer, still a careful distance away, but close enough for me to feel the heat from his body. "I'm not going to sugarcoat it," he says. "Something's off. And until I know what, nobody touches this window again without me knowing." "You make that sound like a promise." "It is." He hands me a card. "You call or text if anything, and I mean anything, feels wrong. Strange cars, footsteps, shadows. I don't care if it's 3 in the morning." I look at the back. His personal number. "This still doesn't feel like major crimes," I say. His jaw flexes. "If I'm right about where this leads, it will be." The next strange thing happens 2 nights later. I'm half asleep when I jolt awake with a jarring certainty that something is wrong. My room feels watched, air too still. Morning brings a text from an unknown number. Unknown asterisk. "Did you sleep at your place last night?" I frown. "Me asterisk. Who is this?" Unknown asterisk. "Kane." He calls immediately. "You should have told me," he says. "Patrol found fresh scuffs on your fire escape ladder at 3:15. Someone tested the climb." My blood runs cold. "I woke up around then," I whisper. "I thought I imagined it." "You didn't." His voice is softer but more dangerous. "Next time you message me, don't second-guess yourself. Why do you care this much?" I ask before I can stop myself. A beat of silence. "Because I've seen the endings to cases like this," he says. "And I'm not writing another one." He starts showing up more after that. Sometimes with updates. Sometimes with excuses. Sometimes, I suspect, with no reason except the one he never says out loud. One evening, I return home to find him leaning against an unmarked car, arms crossed, eyes fixed on my window. "How long have you been here?" I ask. "Long enough to watch a man circle your building twice," he says. "Park. Stare at your fire escape. Drive off when he saw me." Fear punches through me. "Did you identify him?" "We're running plates," he says. "Until we know more. No walking alone after dark. No headphones outside. No late errands." You're not in charge of my life, I snap. His expression doesn't change, but something sharper flickers in his eyes. I'm trying to keep you alive long enough for you to choose what you want from your life, he says. The words lodge under my ribs. The escalation comes quietly. A Thursday night. Rain smearing the streetlights. I step onto my welcome mat and feel something under my shoe. A Polaroid. My heart stops. It's me yesterday walking up these very steps. Taken from across the street. Close enough to see the chapped line of my lip. On the back. Asterisk, you look less lonely lately. Who is he? Asterisk. My hands shake as I text Elias one word. Me asterisk. Now. He doesn't reply. He simply arrives. A sharp knock. No hesitation. He steps inside, dripping rain on my floor. Eyes scanning every inch of my apartment. I hand him the photo. He stares at it for a long moment. He's jealous, he says quietly. The idea makes me nauseous. What do? We stop making you easy to reach. Pack a bag. Where am I going? He meets my eyes. My place. Elias's house surprises me. Not big. Not glamorous. Just solid. A narrow brick townhouse on a quiet street. Dark wood. Heavy locks. A place that feels like it could withstand storms. He leads me upstairs. Guest rooms here, he says. Bathroom opposite. My room's at the end. His voice is low. Steady. But something tight coils beneath every word. You're safe here, he adds. You keep saying that like it's supposed to feel true. What would make it feel true? He asks. You're really involved, I say. Even for a detective. His eyes hold mine. Is that a complaint? It's an observation. He steps inside the room, closing the door halfway behind him. My pulse kicks up. I'm going to be honest, he says. I knew you before the window case. My breath stutters. What? The break-in last year, he says. I was backup. You were terrified, shaking, but you still tried to laugh it off. I remembered your name. My chest tightens. When dispatch said female, third floor, possible peeper, he continues, I knew it was you. And my first thought wasn't professional. It was. He stops. Then, asterisk, not her. Asterisk. The confession cracks something open inside me. That's not exactly comforting, I whisper. I know, he murmurs. But you deserve honesty. The break-in happens at 2:17 a.m. A shatter. A thud. A curse. Elias bursts into my room, gun drawn. Stay here. He disappears. Footsteps. A body hitting a wall. Another crash. My breath stops. I creep to the top of the stairs. Elias is kneeling on a man pinned to the floor. Rain blowing through the shattered back window. Glass glitters everywhere. The intruder wheezes a laugh. Thought you'd moved, Nora. But this window looks familiar. My blood freezes. She's not invisible anymore. Elias growls, slamming him down. Cops swarm. They cuff him. Haul him out. When the house is quiet again, Elias stands in front of me, shoulders tense, chest heaving. He knew your patterns, he says. Your routes. Your habits. I shake violently. He steps closer, slowly giving me space to pull away. I don't. Hey, he murmurs, lifting a hand to my cheek. You did good. You're safe. You say that like it's rare. With men like him? His thumb brushes my cheek. It is. And with men like you? I ask. His eyes darken. I'm not pretending I'm not intense. But the difference is simple. I'd rather haunt your hallway than your autopsy report. My breath trembles. You're not leaving, are you? I whisper. Not unless you make me. The fear is still there. The danger. But something else pulses underneath. Something heavy and magnetic and real. Then stay, I say softly. But no more secrets. If you're watching over me, do it where I can see you. His thumb drags once more across my cheek in a slow promise. Deal. He steps back. Doesn't kiss me. Doesn't push. Get some sleep, he says. I'll be right here. For the first time in months, when I walk to the guest room and close the door, I don't feel alone. I feel watched. Protected. Claimed by a man who refuses to let me disappear. And I don't know if that's salvation, or a danger I don't want to escape.